Do you know anybody who is sick right now? Because it's pneumonia weather. Let me tell you, these days has been very warmer than they supposed to be. This morning it was cold. Now it's back warm again. I'm telling you right now, it's pneumonia weather. That is when temperatures are warmer when it's supposed to be cold, and vice versa. So we're getting all kind of tricks. In this pneumonia weather, it's a tricky winter and we are staying right on top of it. Let's look at those current watches for today, and you can see that a lot of things are starting to fade away, but we still have that dense fog, and it's right over there in Nebraska trying to work its way out. You got winter activity over there in Illinois, Nebraska, some in Iowa, and flooding over there on the west coast, and also some in the east coast over there. You see upper east coast, you see that mixed precipitation, thunderstorms, lightning, rainstorms, flooding activity, but then in that Midwest is where you see that other mixed precipitation, mainly like snow and rain, basically. But that's where that cyclone was at, kind of whirling and swirling around, bringing that full, strong, low pressure area. Now it's working its way up and out. But it still left some rainfall over there in Florida, a lot of activity up in the upper East Coast. Let's take a look at that overall temperature, and this is what I'm talking about: 50 in San Francisco, 60 in Florida, and then you got very cold in the north. Now let's take a look at what it feels like. 0 right there smack in the mountains, definitely all through going up to the Great Falls. You're definitely going to get some cold temperatures, but then again 60 over there in California, 70 on the other side. It's very tricky weather. It's pneumonia weather. You have to be careful. Let's look at that sky cover, that cloud cover. Definitely, once again, where all that rain and mixed precipitation is, you're going to see that grayness. That represents all the cloud cover. The blue will be more like clear skies. So you'll see where that rain is at. And let's take a look at the action again right there on that west coast. That atmospheric river is coming in, and it's going to make California some rain. And then you got that snow activity working its way up in the upper East Coast, and then you got some rain down in the south. So this is the current precipitation for today, and you can see just where that rain is, that wet precipitation, that mixed snow and rain over there in the Midwest. And then you got the upper East Coast with that snow activity that is trying to work its way out. But again, it's definitely still heavy rain and icicles up there as well. On that west coast, that atmospheric river is coming through, and you can see that the amount of precipitation is adding up just for the 1 day totals. This is for the next few days. So look at that west coast. It's going to be some heavy rain over there, possibly throughout the weekend. So make sure that you're aware if you're traveling on that west coast. And even on the east coast there, the south of Florida actually going to have a lot of rain. Miami going into the Keys, and then you see that upper East Coast, definitely a little bit more rainfall over there with that mixed precipitation over there. Now let's take a look at that frost freeze temperature, and my goodness, like I told you earlier, it was cold this morning in Florida, and that frost freeze temperature just worked its way back down south. I'm telling you, it's trying to work its way more towards the East Coast, but you know where it's going? It's going in that upper East Coast, that Maine area. It's going to be icy and cold this weekend, so make sure that you're aware if you're traveling back home up north and it's upper east. I'm telling you, it's going to be some frost freeze temperature throughout the days. This is the current snow depth that fall. You're going to get 10 inches over there. Look at that, and 7, and then even a few inches over there, but that snow will not stick. This is just a new snowfall. Again, over by those mountains, you're going to see snow that comes throughout the day, but it's nothing that will be anything that we need to worry about right now. But that 10 inches is looking pretty big, boy, I tell you. So just make sure that you're aware of that. That snow is trying to work its way out. And again, let's take a look at what we have. So this is all for today. This is the biggest thing that we're looking at for today, going into tomorrow. 1 to 2 inches right there in Wisconsin and Illinois, where it did not take snow on Christmas Day. It's trying to make up for that, okay? It's trying to make up for that, Black Christmas. So just take a toe and look and see just what you're going to have. If you're traveling back up Midwest, you're going to definitely face some snow as you head towards the Great Lakes. Now let's take a look at this surface map. You're going to see just where all that low pressure is, all that rain is coming out, that cloud cover, and also that cyclone that's trying to come up out of the Midwest. It actually went over, the Mississippi Valley last night, and we felt it when it came down south to Florida, and definitely taking a toll throughout the Atlantic and trying to, just work its way out and up in that upper East Coast. That's where all that cold is shifting to right now. But let me tell you something, it's still a lot of precipitation out there, and it's definitely mixed. When you see that pink, that's mixed precipitation. So that can mean snow, definitely, and also rain mixing in, giving it some nice flurries over there. Very cold weather for this weekend. This is for today, but I'm just trying to give you an idea of what we'll be looking like this weekend, and then it'll get warm again. That is why this section for today is called pneumonia weather. Now let's take a look at that atmospheric river that's coming through, and look at that. With that pink, it's mixed precipitation too. Thunderstorms, lightning, snow, and it's going to be some heavy things going over there on that west coast. Look at how much of that is, and you can already see that swirl. It's going to be huge. It's going to be gigantic as it brings on a lot of different, precipitation, snow, rain, a mixture, ice. It's going to bring a lot of different weather. That's why we're calling it the pneumonia weather. It's a pneumonia winter. All that snow right now is definitely in the Wisconsin, Illinois area, and it's trying to work its way out in Iowa as well, but it's definitely trying to work its way out. It's not having it right now, but that is where you'll see the most snowfall if you want to see some snow. And that rain is over there in the south. We had some rain this morning, and it'll be a little bit of sprinkles and stuff throughout the day, but again, this is what we have for today. So things are trying to clear up before next year. Let's take a look at the overall temperatures and just what's going on in the United States. So this is going to give you where the snow is, where the rain is, where the clouds is, and this will give you a good synopsis of what we have going on today. You see that rain activity in the south going in the upper East Coast. That snow is right where we were telling you at the whole time, and then it's also some in Kansas and Oklahoma. So just make sure that you're aware. Of course, there's going to be snow in the Great Falls going down into the Colorado, into the mountains. So just make sure that you're aware of all of that, because this is pneumonia weather. And look at 53 degrees, and it was just 2 degrees over there. This is what I'm saying. This is pneumonia weather. Make sure that you are dressing appropriate for the weather. This is the current temperatures. You can see 4 degrees over there on the west coast, and then you got 64 in the south. This is what I'm saying. That is a big difference in fluctuation of temperature. Okay, I can't even talk right because it's so scary right now. I know people that are sick right now. Make sure you're taking care of your loved ones. You're always wearing a coat when you're going out. I don't care if it feels nice outside. Put that jacket on. It's for our own health. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. It's Tiffanys Content. Like, share, subscribe. Happy holidays!